Hello dear fans. History of the Romanov Dynasty. The Romanov Dynasty is famous for the fact that its representatives ruled the Russian Empire for several centuries until its collapse. During the period while they were in power, the country managed to become one of the most advanced and influential in the world. Background. As the ancestral tradition says, the ancestors of the Romanovs were immigrants from Prussia, who arrived in Russia at the beginning of the 14th century. However, some historians believe that they are from Novgorod. The first reliable ancestor of the dynasty is considered Andrei Kobyla, a boyar under the Moscow prince Simeon Gord. It was from him that the branch of the Koshkins went, which later gave rise to two more branches, the Zakarians and Zakarian-Urievs. During his reign in the 16th century, Ivan IV the Terrible married Anastasia Romanovna Zakariana, which made the Zakarian-Juriev family close to the royal court, and when the Moscow branch of the Rurikids was suppressed, it was his representatives who began to claim the throne. The most suitable candidate in the current conditions was Mikhail Fedorovich Romanov, the great-nephew of Anastasia. His father Fyodor Nikitic was taken prisoner by the Polish invaders, and the boy himself, who remained in the care of Ksenia Ivanovna's mother, was still in adolescence when representatives of the Zemsky Sobor came to ask his consent to take the empty throne. First Kings and Emperors. Mikhail Fedorovich Romanov ruled from 1613 to 1645. It is he who is considered the first representative of the royal house of Romanov, who ruled Russia until 1917. After him, the throne was passed from father to son until 1721. During this period, the country was ruled by kings. Alexei Mikhailovich, Fyodor Alexeyevich, Ivan V, Peter I. Ivan and Pyotr Romanovs for a long time remained secondary figures, while their elder sister regent Sophia Alexeyevna held power. In 1689, Peter managed to achieve an official accession, which he shared with his brother Ivan. The latter was in poor health and died after a while. Peter, on the other hand, became famous as a reformer czar, the founder of the new Russian capital of St. Petersburg and a triumphant victory in the Russian-Swedish War of 1700 to 1721. It was in 1721 that he proclaimed the country the Russian Empire, and himself the emperor. For his invaluable contribution to reforming the state, the emperor was nicknamed the Great. However, he actually did not have male heirs. Peter until his death lived with his wife Catherine I, whose origin still raises many questions. After the death of the reformer king, it was decided to transfer the throne to her. Catherine remained in power from 1725 to 1727. After her death, the throne went to the young grandson of Peter the Great from his first marriage, Peter II. However, he did not remain emperor for long, having died in 1730 from illness. With his death, the male line of the heirs of Tsar Mikhail Fedorovich was cut short. The daughter of Ivan V and the niece of Peter I, Anna Ioannovna, reigned on the throne. Anna Ioannovna had no direct heirs. After her death in 1740, the throne was divided among themselves. John Antonovich, great-grandson of Ivan V, Anna Leopoldovna, mother of John Antonovich, Ernst Johann Byron, the main confidant of Empress Anna Ioannovna. John Antonovich was too small to rule independently, and Byron and Anna Leopoldovna became the actual rulers. By that time a palace coup began to take place. The native daughter of Peter I, Elizabeth, enlisted the support of the guards and, together with the soldiers, went to the Winter Palace. The regents were immediately overthrown from the throne, and John was imprisoned in the Schlisselburg fortress, where he later died. Branch Holstein-Gottorp Romanovskaya. Elizaveta Petrovna was the last purebred representative of the Romanov family on the throne, remaining in power from 1741 to 1761. She had no heirs, and the only suitable candidate for accession was Karl Peter Ulrich of Holstein-Gottorp, the grandson of Peter I and the son of his daughter Anna, married to the Prussian Duke Karl Friedrich of Holstein-Gottorp. He ascended the throne in 1762 as Peter III. The Prussian princess Sophia Augusta Frederica of Anhalt-Zerbst, who received the name Catherine, was chosen as the wife of Peter III. Thus, 7 emperors originate from the Holstein-Gottorp branch of the Romanovs. Peter III, Paul I, Alexander I, Nicholas I, Alexander II, Alexander III, Nicholas II. Peter III did not stay in power for long. Almost immediately after his coronation, during a palace coup, the throne passed to his wife, Catherine II, who, like Peter I, was nicknamed the Great for her enormous contribution to the development of the state. After the death of Catherine in 1796, her son Paul I began to rule, but in 1801 he was accidentally killed during another palace coup. It was decided to transfer the throne to Paul's eldest son, Alexander I. The latter became famous as the triumphant of victory in the Patriotic War with Napoleonic France in 1812. Shortly before his death, Alexander I, who had no heirs, ordered to transfer the throne to his younger brother Nicholas I, whose accession took place in 1825. Until his death in 1855, Nicholas I pursued a stable policy that significantly strengthened the state system. His son Alexander II, who ruled from 1855 to 1881, is known for reforming serfdom, but was fatally wounded in an attack by a terrorist cell. The son of the Emperor Liberator, Alexander III, was nicknamed Peacemaker for the fact that he managed to avoid military conflicts during his reign from 1881 to 1894. The reign of his son, Nicholas II, was difficult. The Russian Empire was drawn into a war with Japan, and then with Germany. Two revolutions also took place, and during the second of them, in 1917, the emperor was dethroned and later shot along with his family, and power passed to the provisional government. Romanovs after 1917. The current representatives of the Romanov family are descendants of Nicholas I, namely, his three sons. Descendants of Emperor Alexander II Alexandrovich. Three representatives survived: great-great-granddaughter Maria Vladimirovna, her son Georgy Mihailovich, and great-grandson Kirill Vladimirovich. Also, the branch of Alexander II includes his legalized morganatic descendants, the Princes Yurievsky and the Princes Romanovsky-Ilyinsky. The descendants of Grand Duke Nikolai are Nikolieviks. Its last representatives are the daughters of Nikolai Romanovich, 1922 to 2014, Natalia, born in 1952, Elizaveta, born in 1956, and Tatiana, born in 1961. The descendants of Grand Duke Mikhail are Mikhailovichi. All living Romanov men belong to this branch. Also, previously there was a branch of the Konstantinoviches, the descendants of the Grand Duke Constantine. It was stopped in 1973 by the male line and in 2007 by the female line. Thanks for watching.